All right, everyone, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Yay. All right. So we're going to continue with our, well, actually, happy Dia de la Independencia Mexicana. If any of you celebrate, that's something that we don't really celebrate, but, we do respect it. So happy Mexican Independence Day a todos. A los que celebran, están tomando, no manejen, si manejen, no tomen. And vamos a continuar. We're going to continue with the Spooktember stories. So, what's the story today, Evelyn? What story you got first today?
All right. So, when I worked as security at the corn maze, and so it's a big all, what is it, like
corn maze.
Yeah, they have a lot of little activities for kids and all that. So, I get there, and the boss person that was supposed to like show me around was like, okay, look, people are gonna come in, and you cannot show them the way. You're just gonna have to learn how to walk through the corn maze, make your way out, and then there was 2 corn mazes, a smaller one and a bigger one. So I'm like, okay. And after that, the girl gave me a map, and I'm like, all right, let me check this out. So she's like, I'll show you one time how to get there, and then on the way back, you're just gonna have to, get it. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I can't memorize how to get out of this corn maze. And she's like, oh, too bad. Just give me a call on the radio. And so after a while, I was a little lost. And so I called her on the radio. I'm like, hey, I can't get out of here. I don't know how. She's like, no, sorry, you can't. I just can't tell you how to get out because that's cheating. I'm like, what do you mean that's cheating? She said, well, you can't. You're not supposed to let the customers know the way either. And so when you go through this corn maze, you stop at each section, and you have to answer these questions.
Trivia questions.
Yeah, trivia questions. So I'm pulling out my phone, and I have no service, and she's like, well, you better figure it out because it's getting dark and you need to help people that are lost. I'm like, all right. So I just couldn't find my way, and it was getting later and it was getting darker, and I just couldn't believe that she was just being weird towards me.
Who started showing up?
Well, after let's see, 8:00 hit, and then that's when Jason, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, some clowns with the big old chainsaws, Chainsaw Massacre. So, somebody was dressed up like that. And they're there to spook everyone. And so you're hearing all this zzz, and they cut through the corn maze. So I understand it's all, fake, but I was really scared. I never learned my way in and out throughout the night, and it was dark. So when people were coming through, teenagers, everyone, everyone's screaming, and from there, some people were lost, like, hey, can you help me out? And I'm like, oh, I'm actually lost myself. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're funny. This is all a skit. Security guard is another way. Come on. I like this. This is great. And I'm like, I really don't know. But at the end of the night, I just kind of just stayed there. And as soon as I would see the workers, the people dressed up with these costumes and all that, I just kind of hid in the dark. And then it wasn't until the end of the night that my boss, she came through, and I was like, all right, so how was it? And we have to check the corn maze at the end of the night. So I went with another coworker. He knew the way, so it was all right. But then when everybody was heading home, I was waiting for my ride. They didn't tell me that, oh, hey, you just bring your own car and just wait there. And so we had to wait, I think, 30 minutes after everything was shut off. So the corn maze, everything's dark. They shut all the lights off, the whole parking lot. And again, it's all dirt road and all that. So everyone went to their car, and everyone's just hanging out in their car, and I was just waiting out there. And so then I called my ride. It was spooky.
All right, yeah. So pretty scary with that story, because they don't tell you. The company we used to work for, they went out of business recently, but pretty scary because they wouldn't tell you. Then after that, they're like, all right, if it's a car gig, so once you're off, you can't leave the premises,
no.
But you can go wait in your car until the time, 10 o'clock, whatever time happens. So pretty scary though to see dark figures with the chainsaws, and they're real chainsaws. They just don't have the blade in them, and they're revving them, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Star Media. Thank you for that. So that's our Spooktember one. That one was creepy. That one was creepy, and then the one I had to do too. Oh, tell them about the school one too.
Which one?
When you had to watch the school, and they didn't tell you it was a car gig either.
Oh, that one. It was It was like what an abandoned school, and they didn't tell me it was abandoned. They're just like, yeah, you're just gonna work here. It's just like closed off. So it was a big old school, private. It was like a private property or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was there, and I just like made my rounds, and there was like empty buildings, and I had to use the restroom, and there was elevators, and they were kind of like busted, and so I'm like, oh gosh, this is creepy. But yeah, there was nowhere for me to go to hang out. So yeah, that was it.
Hey, Farmero, how's it going?
Hi.
Hope you had a good weekend. How was the motorcycle show? Yeah, that one was scary. What's the other scary one?
Well, another one, I was working at a fairgrounds, and again, they didn't tell me that I needed to bring my own car and just like hang out in my car because it was going to be a shift from like 10 p.m. to 2 o'clock a.m. So I show up, I get dropped off. I'm like, this is cool. So my partner, he's supposed to like walk around me, show me around. He's like, let's do a couple of laps around the building. This is what you're going to do. He goes to his car at the end of the night. He's like, all right, you hang out by yourself and I'll be in my car if you need anything.
Well, no, the way it was is that you had to be on one side. Show you around and then it's like, all right, I have to watch this side. You have to watch this side.
Yeah, so he showed me around.
But you could take your car. They weren't told us.
Yeah,
they didn't tell us
that.
But you could take your car and then you could just wait in your car. But every hour, like, at around before the hour mark of each hour, you had a circle to make sure that nobody had, like, maybe you missed them on your side. And they wouldn't give you radio.
No, I didn't have a radio.
Yes.
He did, I didn't. So he went to his car. He was taking it. And this is during, like, December. So it's really chilly.
It's cold. Yeah, it's cold. It's dark.
So it's dark. And so after that, it's just dark. I'm like, oh wow, there's like no workers.
And the rumor is that those fairgrounds are haunted.
Yeah.
And also you have people that are ranch hands that they live on the property, but a little further, but they have access to the whole lot.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know what they do there. I really don't know what they do.
So this creepy, I would call him I guess he was a janitor. He's like, hey there, young lady. And I'm like, oh. He's like, how's it going? Oh, great. He's like, yeah, you new here? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, you are. Like, all right. And he's like, so you're here alone? I'm like, no, I'm not. My partner's waiting over there. He's like, you're alone. I'm like, oh. He's like, I've been working here for 20-something years. I know this place like the back of my hand. And yeah, and then he's like starting telling me he's looking for like a date or something. I'm like, all right, thank you. And from there, he's like, all right, well, I'll see you around, lady. If you want to talk later on, let me know. All right. And then I started seeing this car, this black Camaro, tinted windows, revving its engine, and it was just like doing like what, donuts.
Yeah.
And it was approaching a building, and I just heard a glass break. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? So I call her. I'm like, hey, there's like no one here. My partner, he's not around.
I think he fell asleep.
I have no radio. I'm like, there's this car. I'm like, there's, I guess, different entrances.
So I show up, and at that time we had a car that, it looked like a security car if you didn't know. It was black, black tinted windows. And so I pull up, and luckily it was enough to deter whatever was going on.
Because that car was just...
They were like doing donuts or something.
But then, like, they kind of just, waited there. So I don't know if it was someone breaking in and all that. I'm like...
So always ask if you disappear. You ask if you need to bring a car or not, because sometimes it won't tell you. Oh, that's great, Farmero. I just read your comment here. Your sister adopted 2 little boys. Sad story. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. But you know what? That's great. That's great that you guys are helping them. Kids, beautiful thing. So hopefully you'll help them make, positive impact on their lives. And thank you for doing that, you and your sister and whoever else. It takes a village, man. It takes a village to raise kids. And again, we're always called the limosneras. Now we're going into that, huh? Yeah. We're always called the limosneras and stuff. But you know what? Sometimes you can't get help at these agencies. I don't know what these little kids' story is. You just went into it briefly about their mom passing and stuff. But most people will be like, oh, well, just call like the 211 or call. There's agencies that are willing to help. No, they're not. No, they won't. Yeah. But thank you for stepping in and doing that. That's a beautiful thing. And again, holiday time is a very hard time for a lot of people. Us personally, it's a very hard time. We've gone through many things through it. That's why we like to come on during the holidays. And again, I hate to break it to you guys. If you guys, I feel like maybe some of you are expecting like some type of chisme or something. We can chisme out about stuff like that, but we're just here just to like, listen to you, like what you said. And, if you have any other stories or anything, because like I said, holiday times are very, very... What was that word? I don't even know what the word is. Depressing? I don't want to say depressing because then people get all tripped out with it. Difficult? Okay. Mm-hmm. And not everybody celebrates or has family to celebrate.
So, yeah, a lot of people are like, it's just another day. Yeah. I kind of feel like that about holidays now. It's just another day. But I've been like that for, I think, like over maybe 15 years now. I kind of look at holidays.
Well, this is
some like
15 years ago. Let me think. 2000 what? Something? 15, 7, 8.
How old am I?
Oh
yeah. I was like 20. Yeah, I was like 20.
Wow.
But
it's again, and it's not about. I wish people would. You're gonna start to see that, right? I wish people knew that it's not about the gifts and having these flashy parties and flashy this, flashy that. No, as long as you have a family, and it can be. It doesn't. They don't have to be related to you. Yeah. As long as it's people that are there for you, where you can make a phone call. Hey, I got into some shit. Can you please help me? And they don't judge. They don't say, well, what were you doing? Or who were you with? Or what were you thinking? No, all right, I got you. Come through. Look, I can't help you with all of this, but I can help you with this. Come through. That's all that matters. That's what living is. That's what living. I saw so many things. So many different things where it's like, damn, we got to do better as people. And not just Chicanos, just people in general. Like, I saw a post on, I don't know if any of you guys follow Nextdoor. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but, because again, we like to, at least me, I like to look for furniture and stuff because we're still, what would you call that? Recovering or adjusting. I don't know what you want to call it. So our place is like not furnished. We're always trying to furnish it. I like nice stuff. So I'm always on Nextdoor and Craigslist and stuff looking for free furniture and things like that. But I saw a post recently because here in our town there was these. I don't know where you guys live. I don't know if you guys live in Modesto or wherever you guys live, but the panhandlers. They're like gypsies. People call them gypsies. And it's like the people with the kids and the signs like have 2 kids, need rent, blah, 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 blah. So these people were now the ones in our town. They have the signs, but it's not just one person now. It's 2 people with like the kids. They each have their own sign. They have a little bucket with the little to collect money, and they're on each corner of the street. And so next door here, the one we follow here in town, people were really pissed off and they're talking all this crap. And it's like, you know what? Can't blame them. They're doing something. Right. And humility might not work for you, but so that's how I feel about that. Yeah. I feel like Forrest Gump, where he's like, that's how I feel about that. Yeah. So yes. Anything else? No, any other Spooktember? Let me think of the other Spooktember with the security. Oh, that one was scary. So here's another Spooktober story. These are, I would call these a security Spooktober, working as a security guard. Yeah. Spooktember stories. So, was this before the Corners? That was after the Corners. The Pirates? Yeah. Yeah, so this was after it was my turn. We didn't get to work the same shift that time. And I worked at the fairgrounds. They do Pirates of Emerson. It's like, they're like small haunted houses, maybe 5 or 6 different ones. And we don't get to go in there and check them out. We just have to do the metal detectors. Yay! We just have to do the metal detectors and stuff. So anyway, I'm doing the metal detectors. Got people coming through, whatever. We're checking to make sure they don't have weapons, blah, 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 blah. And towards the end of the night, you're going to hear screaming because they're supposed to be really scary. So we're hearing screams. Whatever. Yeah, okay, no problem. It's going to be scary. But it just happened to be that maybe the last 15 minutes or so, we start hearing screaming, like terrible screaming, where I'm like, I don't think that's part of the skit. I don't think that's part of the audience. I don't know what it is, but that's not our job to go over there. We have to stay on our post. So next thing you know, we see people running. They're leaving. We're like, what the hell's going on? So we can't move from our spot, right? So next thing you know, the sheriffs come in, because the sheriffs kind of circle us or whatever. They come in and they're like, shut down, this is down, go home everybody, it's over. And we're like, what happened? Well, come to find out, there was a fight in one of the haunted houses, and somebody got stabbed. And so the screams were real. We don't know if the person survived or not. Not sure. But it's quite scary, I love, as much as I love Halloween, I love creepy themes.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't know if like it's part of the show or if something's really going down because like all the noise and commotion.
Saturday Night Live is usually slow, ladies. YouTube is very inactive on weekend nights and Sunday internet. Oh, great! Thank you for telling us that, Funmeadow. We weren't sure. I would think there maybe be busier, but again, thank you for watching if you're still here, and thank you again. If there's anything you want to talk about, let us know. We'll open it up.
Wait, didn't you have metal detectors?
Yes, but I don't. Oh, you're right. Yeah. That's a very good question.
I don't.
You know what? You're right. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
How did you get it?
Logic there.
Well, you can never know.
That's true. You never know. So, okay.
What else?
So that's the ones that we did all the security stories for today.
There's a couple of them, right? Like we worked like weddings and bodas, parties, all that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, one time we worked at security and it was this wedding, and it just seemed the people in charge of the place just sucked. They just sucked. I didn't have a radio again, and again, people are drunk and all that. So you're supposed to tell people not to be sneaking any liquor outside into out in the lobby or even outside. You're not supposed to bring it in, all that. So yeah, this whole group of people, they were like arguing in the parking lot, and I'm like, that's out there. But one of the other securities, she wasn't minding her business, and she went over there. And that's like the number one rule you're not supposed to do is leave your post.
Yes. You're never supposed to leave your post.
And so, yeah, so she went over there to be nosy, and I followed her because I was like, fine, this, they were in her face. And so I went over there and...
Should have walked away.
Yeah, I know. So these were guys, and they were all in her face, and they were telling her in Spanish, like, oh, like, they were putazos. He's like, and then she was like, what? And I'm like, oh, he says he's gonna kick your ass. I'm like, so, like, calm it down. And then I'm like, hey, we got to calm it down. I'm like, let's go back inside. Come on, vamos a tomar esto, whatever. And then the guys were like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I don't know. That guy was, like, on something.
Wait, he was a groom?
No, he was like, I don't know what. He was like one of the guests, but yeah, he acted off crazy, and then he started chasing me, fast walking, speed walking, right? I'm like, oh shit! Now he's behind me. I'm like, what do we do? Like, we're just security, and the guy kept thinking that I was a police officer. I'm like, I'm just a security. There ain't no cops involved here. Let's just go back inside. And then from there, he was like, yeah, let's just go back inside. And then the other guys were all scared. People we were working for. Because I guess these guys later on, they told me
they were repping something.
They were like threatening
brandishing firearms
bosses
and stuff. I guess they were packing or something like that. But that's again, these are our experiences that we've had from the types of jobs that we've done, like security officers. Why are you tripping? Just leave me alone. Security officers, things like that. The jobs that we've done. So if we can help you guys by giving you these tips, thanks, Ma. Shout out to your channel as well, Mod Entertainment. Happy Saturday. Please do it. Don't ever leave your location. Okay, now we're gonna go into safety. Spooktember, September, safety, all that shit goes together. Okay, never leave your location. So if you got kids and you guys are always set, we're picking you up from school, tell them do not leave. It does not matter if I'm running late, if something happened, I can't get to you, can't call you. Don't leave your location. Do not leave your location. I will be there. Doesn't matter if I'm an hour late. Do not leave your location. That's the same rule that they teach you in security. Never leave your post. Doesn't matter if somebody's like, I've heard, help me. You do not leave your post. You call somebody else. I'm sending somebody over, whatever. Because that could have been so bad. That was so, and that happened to you that night. And then when I worked at a wedding as well, we worked that one together? The Nigerian one? Yeah, so we worked this one together, and it was a Nigerian wedding. Not that the race makes any difference. The only reason why I'm bringing it in is because these people have money. Okay, they have money, and their culture, the way they do things, because remember, us as Americans, we're stupid, and at least most Americans, right? They're like, I'm in America, the best place in the world, right? No, a lot of these people that come here, they're kings in their countries, or they're royalty. They're some type of, what would you call that? Elite. So these men came in their suits, their traditional suits, and they're all driving Mercedes. And not that makes a difference, okay? But again, goes with the customs, goes with the tradition.
We already had experience because we worked with some.
And again, a lot of these are still very old school and very macho. Like, you're just a stupid woman, you know? I'm not going to listen to stupid. And I get it. I totally get it. I'm not going to go and fight anybody either. No. So then what ended up happening is...
It's just security.
These men were like, oh, so beautiful ladies, whatever, trying to break the rules and stuff like that. And we kind of gave them a little leeway too. What can we do?
These men, oh my gosh, they were
6'5" and taller.
Yeah,
okay, I'm 5'6". Well, give or take. I'm probably like 5'4".
I'm 5'8". And like these guys, I'm grandotes, my...
Yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell you, sir, please don't park in the no park. I don't think so, okay? I don't think so. Yeah, And you're already calling people stupid women. No, thank you.
Yeah, one of the securities, because she just kept doing this.
Oh my
and she's
God.
like, and then I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes. So anyway, let's move forward. So what ended up happening is alcohol. They had alcohol. There was just one room where you could get the alcohol, and they didn't have bartender or anything, but that was the only room you could go get your alcohol. But the
people in charge of the venue that were supposed to be in charge of us, they're supposed to tell us what to do, right? Oh my gosh, he was a youngster, and he was just like such a crybaby in a way.
He was.
So I guess what did he do? Okay, so one of those.
So what ended up happening is, it was like 9:30 or something like that, and that was the time they were supposed to cut off the parking. No, the alcohol.
The parking first because there were parking spots in the back that you weren't supposed to. So the guy's like, "Hey, lady, come here." I'm like, "All right." And he's like, "Here, let me park here," and he let me know what's going on. And he's like, "Yeah." And you know you're not supposed to. Yeah, I'm sure, sir. Whatever. So then he leaves. He's like, "This is my number. So if anything goes down, like, please call me. I'll just move my. All right." And it was going smoothly, right? And then what happened with all that commotion?
So the venue guy, the manager, he's a young guy. He's like in his 20s. He ends up calling the police because he sees the car, and it just happened to be that when we were doing our rounds, we fucking missed the car.
Oh my God.
So police show up. I'm like trying to find the fucking man. I'm trying to call, and they're dancing at this point. Like, oh no. So I don't know if he got a ticket. I think he got a ticket, or he was able to stop the cops, and they got wild with the cops too. And I'm surprised the cops. Livermore Police is very good. I have a lot of good things to say about them, and they're pretty lenient. Like, not lenient, but they're understanding. Like, they'll take your bullshit unless you're getting really out of hand, and they'll beat your ass. But for the most part, they worked it out. So he was a little upset, the man. Then it came to the time where we had to cut off the alcohol. So we go to cut off the alcohol,
and then some of the other securities. Oh my gosh, they were like totally. Over.
Ghetto.
Like,
they were jacking their alcohol because normally they have worked these venues and they're like, no, once it's cutoff time alcohol, it's free game. We can take alcohol as long as we take it to our car. I'm like, I'm not taking it at somebody's alcohol. I'm not doing that. Like, maybe that's you. I'm not doing that. So, but they made us watch the alcohol, me and her. So we're in the alcohol room. People are banging the door like, I spent $20,000. I want my whatever it was. I don't know.
Well, the guy in charge of the venue, like we're telling you, he totally just
he left it on us.
He locked us all in there like a wuss, man. He would tenía miedo a la gente. And so we're locked in the damn alcohol room, and I'm just like, whatever. And that music's just like going on, and then you just hear. And these, oh my gosh, these tall men, and like open the door and blah, blah, blah.
Shaking
and
it.
Because the other securities were giving them a really hard time, and then
it's cut off time.
Oh my gosh! And so what do you do?
So we were in there. There was nothing we could do. They told us not to come out, and it was the way it was. It was one of those doors where it's locked, so we couldn't come out. We were like literally locked in there. So next thing you know, we were in there probably.
We didn't have a radio either.
We were in there probably 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it just got silent, dead silent. We're like, okay, I guess it's over. No. The venue called the police because the police was already there for that one car. They ended up coming back, and this time they came, it was like 3 or 4 of them and whatnot. And they ended the party. They told them everybody had to leave, and these people were so pissed off. Like they said, they're like, we got money. We don't need your stupid place. They left everything they were supposed to like clean up, linens. Fancy.
They didn't care about losing the deposit.
They didn't care about losing the deposit.
They didn't stay there after hours because they knew that we couldn't go home. They didn't care that they were going to charge them over. They wanted their liquor. And I don't know what happened with the liquor. Because, again, the way we would work is, like, once we'd hit our shift time, that's it. We clock out. That's up to the company to decide. We're just there during the times of the venue. So we ended up going home. But, oh, man. Some scary. Yeah. Maybe it's not scary. Maybe it's not scary, guys. But it's scary in the moment because we're in uniform. And so, like, people automatically assume, like, oh, they're either police or they're what do they got? Like they got baton, they got at least those are things that we came across. And then you got the ones that are like these men, they're 6'5" and taller, and they're like stupid women. Like that's the mentality they have. Like they'll fuck a woman up. But they were nice to us.
But again,
it's all about approach and respect.
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up. I was about to say that. So that's another thing, people. Try to keep your think before you speak, and always try to have a what would you say, that friendly approach, or because then people are like, I'm not no punk.
Some people get a badge, right? It doesn't matter, name tag or whatnot, and whatever type of work, and then they just like
changes them, power trips them.
So under the influence of alcohol, you don't know what
exactly. So, and so that's why we're always trying to, like, when we've worked in these
jobs. They took over that damn party. Even the guys in charge didn't know what to do. So I'm like, oh,
them has to be green. Yeah. So I mean, again, what do you do in these situations? That's how I think. Kill them with kindness, man. Kill them with kindness. And
hello, Strictly Strange.
Hey, thank you so much, Strictly Strange. Thanks for the support. So right now we're just talking about Spooktember, and we're gonna keep talking about Spooktember until we get to like October. That's usually what we do on our channels. And so that was a scary one, man. It felt like forever. And again, it might not sounds scary to you guys. Like, maybe you guys have been in worse situations, but when you're in that uniform and, like, people really
think you have, like, the connections where, like, oh, you're just going to push this button and
like,
law enforcement's coming.
Or...
They think that, like, oh, no, I do the same thing as you, sir. I just get on the phone, call police. I don't. That's what they tell you. You're not supposed to just, what do you call it? Observe and report. You're not supposed to.
Unless the company permits it. Unfortunately, a company we worked for, they didn't want us putting hands on anyone. They didn't want us arresting anyone. Nothing like that. Which I'm thankful for. But that's like the other one too. So, yes, best to be exactly. And don't be mouthy like the ones.
There's a lot of people like that.
So many people
that are just like, "Would you see this badge? I'm in charge. I'm head
security
or whatever."
It doesn't have to be security. A target worker.
People like that have damaged egos.
I guess so. Something. I don't know what it is, but
it's like muy chingones, right?
I guess, right? Or
guess,
but that could be dangerous, though. That can be so dangerous. And I understand, again, there's job descriptions and stuff, but just remember too. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone or anything like that, but we're all dispensable. Just remember that too. There's some people that they really commit to their job, and they really give them the full.
Yeah, and
and a lot of the times it's sad because these jobs, you're only good to them until you're good to them, and then if for whatever reason, budget cuts or whatever, and so always put your family first. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, but that one, and then what was the other one that was scary? The pepper spray one too. So this one, because our jobs, they're usually local, right? So one of the big events that we would work was the night market here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the night market, but if there's anybody from Southern California, the company, the 626, is it Korean? Are they Korean?
I believe so.
I think it's Korean night market. Or Chinese fusion. Yeah, no me acuerdo.
Yeah, one of them.
But it's like 626. They're from Arcadia, California. I know it's down south. And so they came up here, and usually when we work those, it's a 2-day event, and we're checking, oh, yes, because lawsuits, absolutely. We're talking like 30,000 people. We're checking 30,000 people. There's like 6 of us, and we're checking 30,000 people between the hours of what time? 12?
Yes.
Till like 11 o'clock at night. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And then people bring their wagons, they bring their dogs, they bring their vape. So they're smoking. And I'm not a fan. I've never been into that. To each his own, right? But fuck, man, have some respect. So I'm like over here like, ooh, my stomach hurts.
And then this is a time where they wanted us also to wear masks.
Yes.
So you're outside. We're outside.
Yes. But let's get into the story. So you got all this stuff going on, just so you guys have an idea of what's going on, all right? So you got the people smoking the vape, you got people with all the perfume on.
People are coming in already drunk also.
Yeah, so anyways, so you're not supposed to, we're supposed to check bags. Can't have a pocket knife if it's what is it, longer than 3 inches. They got to dump it. They either got to leave it here, we throw it away, or they got to go back to their car. So we're checking all this stuff, and one of the ladies, and again, she was an African American lady, right? So our boss, he was like, he had a soft spot, or he was just, I don't know what you want to call that. But anyways, the lady was bitching, like, I don't want to leave my pepper spray. I paid $20 for my pepper spray. So she's like going on. Yes, because the companies, they don't care for that. You're right, they don't.
Yeah.
So she's going off, and then our boss was just like, okay, you know what? Fine, just give me your pepper spray.
She threw in a race card also.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, and because, again, we're all like Hispanic white workers.
And then he was like, well, my stepfather's
like,
black. This is getting so bad.
So anyway, so he takes her pepper spray, and there was these 2 big trash bins. There was one like on our line, and then there was one further down. So we saw him. He's like, I'm gonna put it under the trash can. So he lifts up the trash can, the big barrels, and he put it under. He's like, when you're ready for it, come back, and it should be here.
Yeah.
All right. So what does this lady do? Again, this thing goes on from 12 in the afternoon. No, 3. We had to be there at 12 because we had to set up. No, it starts at 3 and it ends at 11. Okay, so this lady's been here since probably like 4 o'clock. They sell alcohol. They sell all kinds of good, yummy food and stuff like that, okay? So this lady goes and gets drunk. She comes back all drunk, okay, getting ready to leave her little drink with the little eyeballs and all the cool stuff. And I wasn't paying attention because, we're still checking people in. So she's yelling. She's barking at the workers like, where is it? And where is it? And F this and F you. And one of our workers, okay, younger guy, I don't know,
He had like a damn obsession with confiscating these pepper sprays because even you're not supposed to have them on your keychains. You're not allowed in with them. You see it, right? You spot it on someone's their pants, their purse. He's like, So he would have this big all collection, and I don't know if
he'd take him home.
But he had a thing, so that's why he was pissed off. And
so I don't know if he took it. Okay, we don't know. We don't know. All I know is that he happened to be the one that was like, he went up to her because he was sick of her shit, and he like was just like, ma'am, why are you barking? Shouldn't have said barking, number one. She's drunk. Are you that, like, some people just, I don't know, too much smarts and not enough street smarts. Like, book smarts, not enough. So he's pissing the lady off. So then she flashes and she's like, what did you say to me, you B-word? And she's like, you
N-word?
Yeah. Because he was half black too. And so she's calling him the N-word, and she's like telling him all this stuff. She's like, fuck your uniform. She's
She
like,
was hell
I'm gonna wait here until 11.
Demasculating
Yeah.
him.
She was just so we're like, there's people coming through here, and there's nothing we can do because we have to check the people to get in.
We're just like still like,
but yeah,
helping
so
people.
I'm like, okay, so what do you think happens next? This is where it got so stupid. I'm still angry to this day. So he just ignored her. He went back to doing whatever, and she's just going off. Finally, the boss comes, and she's like, you told me. And so he's like looking for it. They ended up finding it, but it wasn't on that trash. So I think the worker I think he took it. I think he might have, then he just kind of threw it after she was bitching or something. So this is still my thing. The lady's drunk. She's pissed off. And then the boss, instead of being like, you know what? Because he can leave. We can't leave our post, but he can. If that would have been me, I would have been like, you know what, hon? I'm so sorry that happened. Let's walk you to your car and then give her the pepper spray, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what
or
I'm
calling
thinking.
for backup or something. To escort her out.
Just get her the fuck out. She's leaving. She wants her pepper spray. Let's make sure you get to your car, hon. Let's get you there, right? So he gives her the pepper spray. So what do you think this lady does, dude? I still can't believe, like, oh my God, we're all going to get fucking pepper sprayed here, dude. Son of a bitch. That shit hurts, okay? So she gives it to him, and she starts waving it around. Thank God she didn't spray. I remember when people used to search people before going into the parties or clubs, we would either, yep, exactly, into somebody's hat. Exactly. You're right. We've had that too. You're right. You're absolutely right. So anyways, thank God the lady didn't spray anyone, but she was waving it, and she's like going up to the guy, and she's like, I should just spray the, F out of this and whatever, and I was done. I still had like another 2 hours of my shit.
Bad call on the in charge person.
The higher up dude. So, and he was pretty cool. Like he was like around our age. So I'm like, dude, Chris, fucked up, dude. What the fuck?
You're like, that was fucking stupid.
No, instead of fucking tripping about that, he starts telling me a joke. He tells me, do you remember the joke?
What was the joke?
The joke was like, hey, Evelyn. He's like, do you like good sex? Or he asked me something stupid like that.
Or no.
No. The hold on. The good sex, and then I'm like,
oh, he's like,
no.
Do you enjoy?
Like, he's like, do you like good sex? And then I'm like, what? No. Or he asked me something, and he's like, good, because I'm your guy. I'm the bad sex or something. I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah,
like he goes, I'm just trying to defuse
the
that's
like sexual harassment on top of it.
Yeah, so he was too busy with his jokes, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the mirror porn, but I don't remember how that. What he told me. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, have you have it with you because they don't check people when you're leaving. You're just good. Yeah, that's what people do. And these are things you learn. And it's like, for example, at the place we were at the fairgrounds, they changed it. That was the craziest part. Because they changed it right in the last year. They changed it where the sheriffs, they can't even, if they're off duty, they cannot come in with their guns. And we, stupid security guard, don't have any guns. We're the ones that have time. Sorry, Mr. fucking sworn-in officer. You're not coming in with your guns.
And then they're like, well, get the,
and they get so pissed off.
The guy in charge.
Oh, it's so comfortable because, most, I've met some good cops, like nice or decent. That one's just fucking
straight
dicks.
assholes.
Dicks, fucking drunks, dicks, motherfuckers, okay? I respect them, but at the same time, like, bájale tu fucking... What do they say? Bájale tu carro or something? Okay, so we did read that. So that was the hardest part though. So you get all these sheriffs.
And like, I want to speak to the guy in charge. All
right, let me call him. You're right. Hey.
And then they're telling the same thing that we tell them.
And they leave all pissed off.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Well, I can't do anything about it. I'm just a security.
And then we had a situation. too. So there's about, usually during these certain events, sometimes there's like 6 of us, sometimes there's like 12 of us. Yeah. So the bigger events, there was like 12. Well, we decided to get one of the guys who, the sheriff was like, come on, you know me, you see me in my uniform when I've been through here, la 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 la. Lets the guy go in with the gun, all right? Check it out. So what happens? The guy starts drinking. This is an officer, right? The sheriff starts drinking, having a good time. Gets pissed off at I don't know who over I don't remember what it was, and decides he wants to let one off.
Oh.
Dude, if I'm telling you, these things sound like straight, like something funny shit you'd watch in a movie. But these are the stupid things that.
And it's creepy. It's creepy because come on, you're supposed to trust in these people.
Yeah, so it's creepy. So we ended up having, oh my God, we had all these meetings and they were trying to figure out who it was. I don't know if they found out who it was, but yeah, the officer got in trouble. He didn't get arrested, I don't think. I think he got talked to or something, but they thought it wasn't the gun that he uses for his shift or something. But, yeah, guys, so just be careful out there. Be careful, you know.
Yeah, a lot of weird things that you wouldn't even imagine that could happen to you on the job.
Yes.
Working cashier, there's a lot of that. In retail, I worked in that.
Yeah, retail's creepy too. No, I hated when we'd work in the salons and we'd have to close, and you get that person who's strange, and it could be female too. It doesn't matter, female, male, and
Mom, look,
it's beautiful. And they start asking like the questions like, "Hey, how's it going? What's DTF? I don't know what that means." Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth? No?
Or he's being a pervert.
Oh. Okay. Thomas, I don't know what you're asking me. I'm old, so
nope.
You gotta...
Not down for that if that's where you're going with
okay. Well, it depends. How much are we talking here? I need $17,310. So whether you're willing to do 170 times 100. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's creepy. Okay, that's a creepy story, too. So...
Ledwig.
I don't know. He put it. Okay, well, thank you. So those are the security ones. Those are the security Spooktember stories. Thank you guys if you're still here, you're watching. If you guys have a funny story, put it in the comments or whatever. Funny interaction.
I think it's just little creepy stories.
Yeah, these are things that have happened, and it's just there's stuff that it's kind of funny now, but at the same time when you're going through
in the moment,
what do you do?
What do you do? Like
flight or fight? You know?
Something so quick. Also,
well, it's like the time again when we were homeless. We were homeless, and I was pregnant, and we were trying to. It's very expensive when you're. It's very expensive when you're homeless. So laundry, things that people don't think about, right? You normally have access to.
And so also how we were living in the car, you have to find places to park. You can't be in the same spot for too long. And we used to park in this one parking lot. And
you're gonna talk about
we had to use the restroom. And what do? It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And where do you go where it's 24 hours? So we went to Safeway. And that's the lady talking with the baby.
Oh, yeah. No, hey, it's okay. To each his own, right? Are you recovered now, or are you still smoking that crack? As long as you're recovered, what can you do? And if you're not, well, you know the consequences of that.
Yeah.
So God can save you if you want. That's all I can say. I don't know what to say about that. But anyways,
So you got down to use the restroom.
So that one was creepy.
It's late.
So it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. No, it was like 3 in the morning. It was like 3 in the morning. So normally what we would do is the kids would go to school. So they'd go to school. We'd go to work because we still had jobs. We were doing security and we were working for the school. So and then sometimes we would do salon work. So anyways, that night she had just worked a security shift. So it ended it was like midnight when it ended. And what we would do is when she would get off, I would go to sleep for a little bit and she would stay up watching or whatever. And then I'd sleep a couple hours and then, she would watch or would vice versa or whatever. So that night, my stomach hurt and I had to go to the bathroom. And I was pregnant. Was I pregnant?
Yeah.
I was pregnant. So I had to go to the bathroom and we're looking for bathrooms. So finally we found a Safeway that was open. So I get off to go to the bathroom, and normally we do the buddy system, right? We always talk about doing a buddy system, take a friend, or at least letting someone know, hey, look, I'm going to go here, whatever. So, unfortunately, it was 3 in the morning. She had to stay in the car with kids. So I'm like, I'm going to run in there, I'm going to go do my business, whatever. Come on. So I'm doing my business, I'm not expecting anyone to be in there. So I'm doing my thing, oh, my stomach hurts, whatever. And next thing I hear, you hear the door opens, and I'm like, okay, somebody's in here, son of a bitch. I still got to do my business. And I see little wheels coming in. Okay, good for you, man. And so I see a stroller. And I'm like, and again, by this time we had already been homeless for a few months. We had already talked to all the outreach programs. And, they want to give you there's not enough to go around. There's so many people, blah, blah, blah. You're not the only family. Bullshit, okay? So I'm like, all right, whatever. Some fucking lady with the kid. I hope I think.
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning, right? Whatever. Maybe she's got to change diaper. I don't know. So I'm still doing my business. And when you do business, sometimes you can't hurry. You gotta wait until the business happens, right? So I'm trying to, and then I was nervous on top of it, so it wasn't coming out.
And I'm like, she's taking too damn long in there.
So I'm like, whatever. So the lady's in the stall, and I hear, you're such a cute baby. And I'm like, oh, well, something with the baby, right? And
maybe she's homeless or something,
because I could hear
right?
the baby. I could hear the baby like, coo, or whatever, like baby sounds, like, coo.
3 in the morning.
All right, I'm a lady with the baby, right? Cool. So mind you, she still hasn't gone into the stall. I can kind of see through the cracks, and I can't see the baby, but I see the stroller, and I see the lady interacting with the baby. So finally, it was like, she was in there for a good while, because I was in there for like, I don't know, 10 minutes. So finally, I'm done, I'm getting out, and I start to wash my hands. The lady's still in there, whatever, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. She's talking to the baby, and she's like, grabbing napkins and stuff, or the paper towels. So I start washing my hands, and I look at the lady, and she's like, hi, how's it going? I'm like, oh yeah, late night, yeah. Wash my hands, whatever, get the fuck out of there. And I look in the stroller, and there's no baby in the stroller, dude. This lady's been talking to herself for like 10 minutes. And she was like, I don't think she was on drugs. I think maybe she was sick or something. I don't think she was on drugs because she didn't look like she was on drugs. Like, you know what I mean? And I know that's a stupid question, but what I mean is, like, I've been around a lot of people who do drugs, so you kind of know. And I was like, I just think maybe she was sick, but I was freaked the fuck out, dude. This whole time, there was a 10-minute conversation, so I get the fuck out of there. Oh no.
I don't know.
So lagging battery, we do that sometimes. So I get the fuck out of there. I'm freaked the fuck out. I'm like, Emily, oh my gosh, dude, there's a lady in there. And, you know, I told her a story, and Emily's like, what did you, I don't remember.
Like, she just kicked your fucking ass.
She didn't do anything to me. So anyway, so that was that. But wait, check it out. So let's go recent. Last year, okay, we worked the car show. I work the car show, the Good Guys car show that they do here every year, and it's like people bring their old cars, muscle cars, whatever. So I'm working the car show, and we do the lines, we do the metal detectors and stuff. And I happened to see the fucking lady come through the line. She got a ticket. Somebody gave her a ticket. She was there with her stroller. And so I know I should have checked her shit, dude, but I was still freaked out from the fucking bathroom incident, right? So when I'm like, you know what, hon? I'm just going to use the wand, you know? She's like, are you sure you don't want to see what's inside my stroller? And, oh, no, honey, it's okay. So I'm like, beep, beep, beep. You're good, hon. Have a great day. So she's like looking at me and like, why the fuck did you let her go? Like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck, Emily, that's the fucking lady.
I'm like, oh yeah.
So that was the story with that, but it was again, maybe it wasn't too scary for you guys, but for me, like, it's fucking creepy, dude. Again, you're already freaking out because it's late. It's something, again, we had never been homeless in our lives. We always worked, we always lived in the house and stuff like that, and so. Yeah, now we laugh about it, but in the moment it was freaky. I didn't want to go to sleep. I didn't want to have to ever use the bathroom again.
But Crested, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Crested? How's it going? What's new? What? No, I don't know.
That seems
So if you're just joining Crested, we're just talking about, again, our... we would like to keep it Spooktember or Spooktober. That's what we normally do on our social medias. And so we just went over some of the creepy stories that we've experienced as security guards when we worked as security guards. And when we experienced homelessness, some of the creepy stories. And we're also, you know, we're kind of doing like I don't know if any of you guys watch Mexican television. Do any of you guys watch Mexican television? Like, Como Dice el Dicho, or like La Rosa de Guadalupe. Where like they always have a story and then you're supposed to like get the knowledge from it, right?
Yeah,
like the message. So that's kind of what we're doing. You know, we do this September and then it's like, aha, like never leave your location. Aha.
Situational awareness.
Oh, thank you so much. The necklace. I get a lot of compliments for this necklace. Yeah. This one, actually, my mom got it for me. I got it last Christmas. And then our good friend, our TikTok friend, also. Again, if you guys follow us, if you guys choose to continue to follow us during the holidays, we like to send a Christmas card. We do a personalized Christmas card of us, and we like to send it out to wherever you're at. And sometimes, if we have a good year with donations, that's why we collect donations. That's why we always put like our stuff because you know we like to give back. So we usually put like a little something in there, maybe like a Starbucks card or Subway or In-N-Out if we can, you know. Or we'll send a button out or something. If you guys want to do that, you can DM us on the Instagram. I don't know if you want to give them the Instagram if you have a button there. And DM us your address because we like to start it now. No Oreos. Los guapos. Los Oreos. Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's our Instagram.
Everybody, I'm gonna
follow us. Los otros. Oh, what's that one? Oh yeah. The Los Guapos, nosotros los guapos. That one's funny. Do you watch that one? The guy. My favorite episode of that one. If you guys ever when he's talking about the Mexican show, it's these two guys. I don't know if they're related or they're just friends. They live together or something, and they always get into some shit. But this one was funny. The episode. Do you remember that one with the bread? So the guy, he's like, they have like funky haircuts. One of them has hair like Emily's, and he's supposed to be like the like suave guy. And the other one has like a funky spiky haircut. And he's like muscular and buff. And so he's like looking for a job, and he ends up working as a bread man. And he's making all this good ass bread, and it's hella good. People are buying it. And then in the end, they find out that the secret ingredients, because he's all fucking like his armpit hair is sweating all over the bread and shit. And the way he's like rubbing it and stuff. Did you never saw that episode?
Yeah, you were telling me everything.
That was funny.
I didn't get to see that one.
You didn't watch that? That was
I saw
funny.
like a clip, and then I'm like,
Oh, that's your favorite? Yeah, that one's funny. Hey, House of Tattoos, how's it going? Oh, I'm Evelyn, by the way. I'm Evelyn925. I have a channel as well, but my channel is just the music, like our adventures with the music and no lago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so if you guys like Mexican music, if you're into that, you know, that kind of stuff, that's my stuff, that's my jam. I like it all too, but that channel originally started in 2006 with me and our dad. We would play videos. He'd play the guitar and I'd play the accordion, and we'd try to play together. My dad wasn't a musician or anything like that, but throughout the years, you know, I went to Tengo Talento. If you guys know what that is, I got to go on the show. I got the pass from Pepe Garza, and so that's kind of like my little I don't know what you want to call it, my vlog or.
Well, it's been, I mean,
it's been on for a long
Evelyn 95. She's my sister. If you didn't know that, so ella toca el acordeon. She's been doing it since she was 13.
Yeah, off and on.
Yeah, she really loves it.
I never dropped out though.
Oh yeah, she loves it. She loves to sing and all that. So just a couple years ago,
thank you, Cressy Joy.
I became her co-host because after
Linda Ronstadt,
yeah, father stopped co-hosting with her.
Yeah, so my dad and I started that channel, and that was when YouTube had first started. It didn't have any of these cool features like it did now, man.
No,
if you guys weren't on YouTube then, you're so lucky, because back then I had a little digital camera, so we'd do the videos, and then we'd have to upload them to the computer, and then you'd have to wait like all night for it to upload, and then it was so hard. At least for me, it was very hard. And so we would do the videos, me and my dad, and we met a lot of people, a lot of people. We got to meet. It was so funny. That's my favorite story. I'm going to tell you this story. I know. My favorite story is, so we were doing the YouTube thing for a while, and my dad, he got discouraged because, you know, people can be fucking mean, and he just wasn't ready for that, I guess, or he was too old, and said, she's like, nah, like, people are hella mean, like, they'd say like mean shit. And then he's like, no, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I'm like, come on, Dad. I did during that time. And that was before you could find stuff and anything like that. But anyways, so the story was, we ended up meeting with these, this jam session group. They would do jam sessions like all over the Bay Area. Like sometimes it was in Stockton, sometimes it was in Berkeley. This one happened to be in Berkeley at La Peña. And they still do them, I think, now. They're called tardeadas. So anybody who plays an instrument or anybody who likes music, you just go on the fourth... the channel is under. Oh, thank you so much, Ronaldo. And so anyways, I convinced my dad, because my dad was shy. He wasn't like very outgoing and stuff. He liked music and stuff like that, but he wasn't the type to like be out and about and stuff. And so I'm like, come on, Dad, like, come on, let's go, Dad. And so it was a trio. And so I convinced him, and we went, and it was cool. That was like my moment. I always tell this story, you know. And so the story was, we get there, and we park, you know, we come inside. And so at the time I used to smoke cigarettes, and my dad used to smoke cigarettes. And so we're like, let's have a cigarette, you know. My dad would get nervous.
Thank you so much, Preston.
So we're smoking a cigarette, and, you know, we're getting ready to get in. You can hear the music, and it's going. It sounds great. And so as soon as we walk in, it's like in the movies, you know. Everyone stops playing, and they're like, at the time I was Velia925 on there. Now I'm Evelyn. That was my
her dead name.
My dead name. Fuck that shit. But anyways,
Te puso eso la pinche drop.
So anyways, we get there, and everyone's like, oh, thank you so much. And everyone's like, Velia, we know you guys. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming. So everyone's like shaking our hands, and we're like, what the fuck is going on here, you know? And
they're like, want some beers?
So my dad's like, do you know them? I'm like, I don't fucking know them. And so then it was full. It was like probably 60 people, you know, at this little gathering, and everyone's like shaking our hands, bringing us beer, and like, oh man, we see you, YouTube, you know, Velia925, and we're like, oh yeah, that's us. Thinking like, man, we watch your guys' videos and this and that, and so it was like that was the shit, you know. We got there, we're like celebrities, and everyone's bringing us beer, and so that's my story. That's my story there. And it was a great day. It was a great day. You know, we drank a lot of beer and we smoked a lot of cigarettes.
But then she had her group and all that.
Yeah, and then I ended up meeting some people, and we had a band for a little bit and stuff like that. And then, you know, our dad got really sick because
I would always record her videos.
Drunk recording.
I know. I've gotten a lot better, but before I was always drunk and just like partying with the men and my dad, right?
That's why I don't recommend you doing substances if you're doing videos. A lot of shit can happen.
Yeah, and so I know. So that was we were always with our
be all
dad.
fucking sideways and shit. There's still some on there.
Yeah, it was
There's some
fun.
on there if you want to check it out. If you go all the way down.
But our dad was our drinking buddy, and
so because he didn't have any sons.
He was always with us, so it was nice to enjoy watching her play. So I'd be recording.
Well, and then it was nice because he would drive at the time. So he'd be like, "You girls."
So we'd be drinking and
get fucked
smoking.
up, and then I'll drive you home or whatever, or we'd take turns and stuff like
good times.
Good times.
So yeah, that's how I started recording her because I was always a cameraman.
No, you weren't at first though.
I was.
She was doing her own thing.
Yeah.
And then she likes that. If you guys have noticed, no one's noticed. I'm surprised. This is Emily's what she does in her pastime. She enjoys doing boudoir photography, and so she has. We don't have a website or anything like that yet. Again, somos bien pobres, but we just got the big dreams. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't cost a dream.
Doesn't cost a dream, right? And so that's what she.
Yeah,
does.
I'm still in the works of.
Because that's why we keep asking you guys. That's why we keep asking you guys, for the tech savvy people, because it's just, we're not as lucky as other people who connect. And I feel that I'm going to say this, and I don't want to offend any of you or anything like that, but I feel because we're not in that scene anymore, because we don't drink alcohol, because we don't smoke anymore or do any of the other stuff, it's hard for people to, build that rapport with us, kind of, because we've had that happen in the past, or when we used to drink and stuff, and then we're like, I don't drink anymore, we don't do that, and thank you so much, Kristen.
Thank you.
And then they're like, so you think you're better than us? Oh, you think you're... And it's like, no, it's just not for me anymore.
And these conversations come up.
Right, and the conversations come up.
Oh, you don't remember when you were drunk?
And then they're like, fuck you, then why should I help you? Fuck you, you think you're... And then it's like, no, but that's not what it is. But I see it, so that's why if there's anybody out there who's tech savvy and you want to work at a project or something, you got a little spare time to help chip in there. I swear we should have been born in the 50s. I really feel like that, man. I really do. Fuck this independent woman shit. No. I don't have no choice. I have to do it, pero.
I know.
Yeah.
My life didn't turn out the way I thought it would.
It didn't. But thank you guys for listening. Been sorry for years, but you can see exactly right. But see, a lot of people, dang, how y'all wait because it's 1:23 in the morning. Where are you at, Ronaldo?
Where
are you located? If you don't mind me asking, because it's 1:23 for you. Here it's only 8 o'clock, so I'm wondering where you're at. Yes. So House of Tattoos, that's a lot of people, it's hard for people to understand that, and we're just crazy. We've always been crazy, so people always think like, oh, you guys must be on something, or what are you guys on?
Yeah, they always say
that. They always assume that because we talk fast, and we're excited people, you're excited for life.
Passionate about what we...
what we talk about, so.
The crested.
Oh, that's great.
Wow,
hey, congratulations, man. That's something, it's a, what do they call that? An uphill battle, pero you don't throw all that hard work away, man. And if you do, well, you can just, it's one day at a time. I live by that. So yes, if you guys want to follow my channel, if you like Mexican music and stuff like that, when we have gone live every Sunday, that's our thing. We play Un Día a la Vez, even though we don't sing it too loud because I don't remember, I'm old. But Un Día a la Vez, and we really live by that, one day at a time. That's all we can do. So don't think that 4 months is little because you put little 4 months. So that's a lot. That's 120 days, man, where you can be killing your kidneys. Now, if you don't mind me asking, do you feel better? Because they say your skin improves once you stop drinking. I remember that. I was so bloated. I mean, I'm fat now, so but I remember I was bloated. My skin always looked patchy, and just my hair didn't look the same. And
it affects your sexual life.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Well,
people don't really talk about it.
I don't know if it affects men more than women.
For women, it's you won't climax and all that.
Yeah, repeat of you ladies and put in so much. It's called. You're funny. I know we talk fast. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, BB Damn You. Is that his channel name? I don't know. Thank you. So that's the story. With the. So if you don't mind me asking, Krusty, hi, Benko. Benko, I don't know where Benko is. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. I'll have to look it up. Crescent, so what made you want to be sober, if you don't mind me asking? So it's pretty late. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with Benko. I'll have to look it up. Is that where is that? Is that another country? I'm sorry for my ignorance. I'll have to look it up. I don't have my phone. I lost my phone, guys.
2 weeks ago.
I lost my phone 2 weeks ago, and now we're just getting
when she was performing at the Berryessa Flea Market in San Jose, California.
Here, my friends their group plays at the San Jose Berryessa Flea Market every now and then, and he's also my accordion tuner, and he's also the accordion tuner for Los Tigres del Norte. That's my claim to fame, everybody else, right? But I don't know them, they don't know me. They've liked a couple of my posts, and that's about it. Okay, why am I gonna play the part, So anyways, they invited me to go play, and I wanted to. Yeah, I hadn't played in a long time with the group. I'm always by myself, and so okay, so it's pretty late. So anyways, we went over there, and yeah, when you go with 6 small kids and they've never been to the flea market, yeah, it was a rough ride.
Nobody was drinking
Nothing. So I lost my
phone. That's like
phone.
a creepy story because who has her phone?
Yeah, somebody has my phone, and I hope they don't fucking break the code because my Venmo's on there, or naked pictures are on there.
Well, my art.
Naked pictures. Same shit.
My art.
Someone's not gonna know it's art, and they're gonna see a fucking naked picture.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, we're gonna look at the whole thing.
All right. Well, go ahead and be out. No problems. What the hell? All right. Hola, ¿cómo estás, Mario? Never mind. Oh yeah. So had the mind to for a while. Then my body. Oh, hey man, that's good. That's good. But hey, you know what?
Échale ganas.
I'm sure your cognitive is going to get better because I remember that. You know, people, these are things people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And I wish they did because, I did that for many years, you know. And the whole, what do they call that? Like the functioning alcoholics where I'm not a drunk. There's people, they don't get wasted, you know, but they go home, they get home from work and
they're
driving down a few
driving
beers and it's
all
an
that.
everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. And they're like, yeah, no, I'm not a drunk, so I can stop whenever you want. But after a while, you can't. It becomes a habit. And man, I just...
Even if it's every weekend, that becomes a habit, too.
Yeah. So what are we doing, Him? Nothing much. We're just talking here. We would do Spooktember stories. I was talking about my YouTube channel, Evelyn925. I play Mexican music. I play accordion. And that's it. Is that a name tattoo? Which one? Hers? Yes, she has a lot of names. I think he's asking you about your tattoos, Emily, and her dating.
This one's Mario. It's my nephew.
My son, my oldest son.
Dallas is my
youngest son.
other nephew. I can't really see it, but Ojito, I can't really see it.
Maybe.
It's no, you can't see it. No,
And I'm the niece.
It's my dad's name.
So yeah, she's got all these tattoos.
I'm looking to get another tattoo, another name, but I don't know who's a tattoo artist. So.
Yeah, do a tattoo. What do you charge for a name tattoo? And do you do script or?
Yeah, I want to get a name tattoo right here. A 6-letter name.
Script or?
Just script perhaps, or just.
Hey, tattoo, if you don't mind me asking, so is it safe to get tattoos if you're a diabetic? Like a controlled diabetic?
You gonna get one?
Well, I want to.
Well, my other sister wants one as well, but she's diabetic.
Yeah, so I don't know. Can you get a tattoo as a diabetic? Oh, he already asked that. Yeah, that's cool. Sounds like it's going to hurt. Oh, I don't know. No, she's got another one on her chest. Did that one hurt? That one didn't hurt, huh?
Well, this one,
I think the cups in the
that one is that, yeah.
Yes, I have tattoo diabetes. So is there any special things that you have to look out for? I know they say not to drink alcohol because, unless that's changed. I know they say that, you shouldn't drink alcohol and stuff like that. But anything special that you have to, shouldn't do or something before or after if you're doing a diabetic? Like the healing, does it take longer to heal or is there more bleeding or anything like that? If you don't mind me asking. But you just want to make sure the blood sugar's out of control. Yes. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And then I haven't got a tattoo in years. What is it like? If you did a name, how fast can you do a tattoo? Like, is that a stupid question? I'm just wondering. Like,
Yeah, we're very curious.
yeah, I'm curious to see. Like, I had this one done years ago when I was married. I thought it was a cool thing to do, right? And I'm not tripping about it now, but that was the thing. Like, I swear, in 2009 or so,
people were doing
all of the people that we knew were like doing their boyfriend's name, girlfriend's name, so like that. And I'm like, oh, let's go, let's do it. We're married, let's do it. And so I went, but the guy, I thought he did it pretty fast. I want to say, it felt like maybe 15 minutes.
I mean, you should tattoo my name.
When you drink it ends, oh yeah, it thins the blood. Yes. Back to my old question. What time is it for y'all? Oh, here it's 8. It's about 8:09. 8:09 here.
And then my Alexa's not working. So
I know. Shit. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a bad month for me. My fucking internet got fucking turned.
It's all good.
I lost my phone. My fucking food stamps were canceled. I had to go and fucking too much shit. But too much.
Oh,
yeah.
Remember the time where I fell down my stairs on my birthday?
Yes.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yes. So yeah, guys. So what are you guys up to tonight besides being on here? Thank you again for.
Yeah, we really appreciate everyone's time. Thank you for your comments. Thank you.
Thank you. And what do you guys normally do on the weekends? Do you guys? Yeah, I think House. I don't know if you tattoo or if you're still at work. And Crested, I'm not sure if you're still at work. Thank you so much. Oh, you're too sweet, Cheyenne. Oh, Cheyenne. I like that name. So yeah, I've been tattooing for years, and it depends on how much experience. I've seen some speed tattoo artists, and then I've seen some. Okay, so it's like everything else, I guess, right? And then are there some that are more? What do they say? Like some people go in too deep or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the guy went too deep, but that's what's in his head.
Yeah, because I remember when I had my first tattoo was this one here. Well, this is a cover up now, but I had some.
And then your retired name on the tramp
my
stamp.
dead name. No, it was a fake tramp stamp. I wanted a tramp stamp, right? And I was a kid then. I was like 17 or something like that.
The crusty said, "Any of you smoke tree?" No, we don't.
No,
I tried it a few times when I was 27. Then that was it. That was the first time I ever smoked weed.
No, I tried
Never
it.
again.
I
almost
tried it when I was like 14, and I don't know, dude. It fucked me up. I don't know. It supposedly was just regular.
That's not for me.
Yeah,
that didn't chill me out. It fucking made
it made me fucking paranoid, and, and I've never been the same since. So I don't know. And people are like, "Oh, you gotta try it now."
So
now
can you imagine, like, if you were to try coke? I don't know what the fuck I'd do. Weed, they're like, you're supposed to be calmado,
right? No, but
no,
to respect to those,
accelerated.
I guess you can, because I've never been.
Didn't chill me out.
Just the time I tried it, it fucked me up. And then after that, I started having panic attacks, and like ever since that one time, that was it. And then everyone says that it was just like, I guess it was cheap weed, is what I was told. So I yeah. What's your biggest tattoos, if you guys don't mind? My biggest one is my leg. My leg, I have my last name. Pero my legs are shit. No, just kidding. I don't know if we can see it though. Let me see. Hold on. Ay, Dios mío.
Be careful, Mom.
Let me see. I don't know if you can see it. This is my biggest one. It's my last name. And then when I was like 14, when I was like 14, this is a cover up too. I went to a tattoo shop, but I didn't like the accordion the guy did on me. He did an accordion, but it was kind of like, he didn't really know what an accordion was. Even though I showed him the picture.
Era un gringo. But I mean, it doesn't matter.
Like,
I don't know, some white boy
so
did this. This is my first one as a white guy did it. And then all of these are done by a Mexican.
No, tattoo, we're not in Southern California, but we travel, so if you have an opening or something, I want to go to the Santa Fe flea market. Do any of you guys go to the Santa Fe flea market? You know what? I mean, if you guys are down to it, we like to meet people. We can set up a day and go down to Santa Fe flea market, get the boogie on, and then you can tattoo Emily.
I'm looking to do it soon.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
the sooner the better.
Yeah, right.
I want the tattoo as soon as possible.
I know, she's crazy. How many tattoos did you get that night?
I got like 8 in one night.
What did you get done? You got...
Well, because it was after my father died, so it was like a tribute. So, yeah, I just got like his date right there.
Sure.
I just got that. The scorpion, because he was a Scorpio. I already had that one. And then I just like my knuckles.
The little cholo man, whatever.
Yeah, that.
So our dad liked to wear like sombreros like that.
His name was Hito. That was his nickname, and that, and that's it.
Was that your son in the background? Yes, yes. That's what we do. We do a family thing here all the time.
Wait, what?
Because how they heard the talking. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, guys. I mean, again, talking about health, you know, diabetes, man. I didn't know how serious diabetes was, and unfortunately, you know, that's what happened. My dad got his sugars were controlled. He stopped smoking. That helped. And then he got a foot ulcer. We usually talk about that in Spooktember too, because it's disgusting. We still have the pictures, and we do it more of like a PSA for anyone who has family who's a diabetic. Please take care of your family if they're diabetic. Check their feet. I know people don't like to give it their feet; they get grossed out and stuff like that. But please, you know, look at your parents' feet or your friends if they're old. Look at their feet. Check their legs. Make sure they don't have any little like red wounds. Because my dad started with it was like a pencil size, eraser size little red dot. And, you know, my mom couldn't really see too well. And so by the time I looked at it, it was infected and it was an ulcer. And they could have, from reals I know. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, so he didn't want to, he was done. He was done with life. Like, we had been through so many stuff. We were still homeless during that time. No, we had just got housed, huh? We had just got housed. We had just got housed. And then, that happened, and they could say that they were going to do a graft from his leg, and he's just like, I'm tired, I don't want to live anymore, I don't care. And so, like, the doctors told us, they're like, if he's coherent.
But like we talked in the other video, we did talk about the family curse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you go back to our Spooktember story, our first Spooktember story.
Like
yes.
2 days ago?
Yes. Yes, it's very important to check the feet. I had friends. Yes. And you know what? This is the thing that doctors don't tell you. And I'm not against doctors. I'm not. Don't get it that way. But what I'm saying is they don't tell you, though, that once it gets to the point where they start amputating, you know, first it starts off with, like, the toes and stuff. Most likely you're going to keep getting amputated until you lose the limb. So please take care of your family. I mean, we're always advocating that because, again, my dad could have saved his life. Like he said, it would have been a simple procedure, but no quiso. He was done. Like he said, he's like, my main thing in life was to have you girls, raise you girls, see grandchildren, and and just, you know, I've lived my life. Like my dad was always, and you know, he's a real believer in God and stuff too. So he's like, no, I'm just like, I'm ready, you know, whatever. So, but it was awful for us, and that's where the creepy story is because
you say the curse. What's the curse?
Oh, if you look at it was a brujeria actually. If you look at the story, well, we can go into that if you want.
Yeah.
So the curse was our dad, like he was always successful. You know, the curse was that's gonna be too long, but let me.
It was just kind of like what was always told to us.
I mean, because you know, like the family members, your dad was the most successful one. So I'm gonna take it real back. I'm trying to make it as short as I can. So what happened was between his own family, like his cousins and stuff, they were the poorest ones of the family, and then they had cousins that were well off, but the well-off cousins were the fuck-ups, like the druggies, the dopers, and stuff like that. And my dad was always, like, the solid one who would go to work and stuff like that. And so then when he married her mom and all that, this is what the witch doctors and stuff told my parents. You know, we don't know how true it is, whatever. But it started off with the neighbor. They had their own house. They lived on Elm Street. That was the first house they bought was on Elm Street. And so this neighbor, she liked my dad.
Good night, Ronaldo. Thank you so much. Saludos, Edgar Ramos. Saludos, desde Vigo.
So yeah, so our dad, the neighbor, she liked him or something like that, and she'd always come around. And my mom was young and naive; she didn't know any better. And so one day she came over with some tostadas. It's like really good looking tostadas, my mom says. And you know, she told my dad like, "Hey, don't eat those." Like they were gonna go to the store, and he's like, "I don't believe in that shit." He ate them, and then went to the store. And when they came back, like they were just gusanos, like just.
Not even more than an hour.
Not even more than an hour.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, my mom says that she has that like pinpoint. Like since that day forward, and my dad started getting really sick, and what's her? He started getting really sick, and he couldn't go back to work, and he was just all messed up. Everything. They lost their house. My dad, because you know he had sisters who unfortunately they had bad falling out with their husbands or whatever, but my dad would even take care of their daughters. Like, they all had bank accounts, savings accounts, trust, everything you could think of, you know, how you're supposed to help your family, or at least the way I feel like that. And they lost it all. And so they went to this witch doctor, different priests in Mexico and stuff. Some of them were just scammers, just wanted money, and other ones that were really there to, like, help him. And my dad got tired of it, but they were telling him, like, if you don't do this limpia, it's going to get passed on to your kids. Because whatever magic, whatever the lady did, whatever it was, you know, if you guys believe in that or not, it was something very sinister. And it would be passed on to the children. And so we never got the limpia, and unfortunately, kind of same thing with us too, you know, bad relationships and, you know, ups and downs. You're like doing good, everything looks like it's working, and by envidias and stuff, and hola, ¿cómo estás, Bonnie Evans? And so that was the curse. So going into that, my dad didn't want to get treated, and even in his dying bed too, we were like, do you want to do a limpia, Dad? And he was like, nah. But the priest would tell us too, like, you know, well, that same, whatever that stuff was, that trabajo that they did, that's what's keeping him from even wanting to get it done, because it's so powerful. So I don't know how much to believe in that.
I know you're not supposed to believe in that. I mean, we always had our faith in God.
But, you know, now that we're talking about this, you know, shortly after our dad, and that was the thing, my dad was always telling us, like, I'm gonna make a deal with God, man. And, you know, God doesn't make deals, right? This is what our dad does, right? And I don't want to freak any of you out, but this is what it was. And so he was like, but I'm gonna give you guys a sign. I'm gonna give you guys a sign to make sure that you guys know I made it. And that's our testimony in 2019? 2020. Our dad died in 2009. We went through a spiritual awakening. And we've never talked about it because people get really freaked out and they don't want to talk about things like that. And so we're not going to go too much into it. But there's a lot of revelations. And God exists. And we'll just leave it at that. God exists.
A lot of
both sides
questions we've always
exist.
had.
Both sides exist. And that's why that button that we saw, I don't know if you guys have been following us, that button that we were promoting, that, you know, your choice button, that one, that exists. So, you know, and again, you don't have to believe us, but this is our testimony. And so, yeah, you make the decision. And again, people always think, right, if you're with God, well, you shouldn't be drinking, or you shouldn't be smoking. But there's a lot of other things. Like, that pretty much say it, you know? So that's our testimony, and that's one of the buttons that we started promoting after we had this awakening and stuff like that. Y ahí la dejamos with that. So, and people get freaked out, you know, because some people, like, I don't know what it is. A lot of people, they and we used to kind of get like that too. Not that we didn't have faith, but sometimes, you know how they say that, right? The wolf in sheep clothing. Yeah. So there's a lot of that too. There's a lot of that too. Some of the ones who are the biggest, you know, put on these big shows and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of that.
There's a lot of that. It's like everything else. But thank you guys again if you're still here.
Yeah, thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah, thank you.
We're a little creepy, huh?
Yeah, we're creepy within our own. But hey, it's not for everyone, and some people don't like to talk about that, you know.
Yeah.
And some people fear death, and some people, you know, they want to play both sides. There's a lot of stuff.
There's no in between. Just my opinion.
No, yeah, that's just my opinion.
Playing
as well.
with both either.
Yeah, so you either pick one, and that's
Quit
it.
fucking around.
Yeah. So yeah, así estamos. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, and if you guys like, les gusta la música mexicana, yo toco el acordeón, me gusta cantar y pues.
Sí, Evelyn95 en el
si gustan
YouTube.
seguirme en mi canal, es Evelyn925 en YouTube y
TikTok, somos 95 Rucas on there.
Sí, somos 925 Rucas.
Guess it has a tattoo. You know, it's a sad. A lot of us men don't like going to doctors.
Yes.
I can honestly say.
Oh no! Well, please, hey, you know what? This might be your calling to, you know,
You know, como te dicen, si like estás escuchando algo, you know, and then te toca.
Yeah, and this is something that we've always been taught, you know, as well growing up in a spiritual house, you know, in a faithful house to the Lord, is that, you know, if you're listening, like you don't, right? You don't know us, you just started coming on or something, but that's what, you know, we've always learned. Like if you're listening to something and maybe you're not really into, you're doing other things, but something grabs your attention, then that's for you. So maybe, you know, you're right. Maybe it is time for you to go. I had to do that too, like in December, you know, because I'm one of those exactly like you said, right? I don't like to go to the doctor. I want to take a medication. That's why when I have 6 children. When I had 6 children, I didn't do no epidural. I just, not that because I want to feel what you want to know, but I don't like anything. If I don't have to put anything in my body that doesn't need to be there, then I won't. And so I started feeling really sick, man. Like, I just didn't feel right. And we've had COVID many times and stuff like that, but it didn't feel like the COVID. I kept telling her, I don't know, I don't feel that. I just feel weird. So I ended up going to the hospital in December, and they did some blood work, and they're like, man, your blood sugar is like fucking 300. And I already know because we dealt with my dad. Hey, how's it going, guys? And so I had to make that change. So in December, man, I cut everything. I got a blood glucose meter. Started doing the labs, you know, because you have to do those labs and stuff. So please go to your doctor and at least get the blood work done. Get the blood work done. Get your A1C just checked. Make sure it's under 6, you know, and get your blood pressure numbers. Know your blood pressure numbers. Know your cholesterol numbers. Those are most important because
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Especially if you've had COVID. Especially if you know you.
And also use protection as well.
Hey, yeah.
Nobody talks about that anymore, right?
Yes. So yeah, house. So homie. Oh, he's talking to him. So yeah, it's time, guys. So maybe that's your calling too. Just get it going, and any simple changes, small changes. You know, you don't have to change your whole life around. Because it was hard, man. I thought I was gonna die. I really thought I was gonna die because I couldn't. I'm used to eating bread, right? Used to eating bread and get tortillitas and little snack here, little snack there.
And also, you know, a lot of people talk about that, like what are we hearing a lot about?
Oh, yeah, because we're seeing that, too. I don't know if you guys follow, like, the Chicano channels. There's a lot of Chicano channels that I've been seeing. Not so much on YouTube, more on the TikTok is where we're seeing them on Instagram, where everyone's trying to do this positive message thing, right? About, like, oh, who's going to believe you if you don't look fit, if you're not buff?
They're not going to be respected.
But they're talking to the men. Yeah. I don't think they're really addressing the ladies, because they don't really mention the ladies. But, so they do these messages. I like what the guys are saying. However, I feel like, it's very vain.
Yes.
It's very vain because there's more to somebody being good looking. Like us, like we're fat, we know we're fat. You know, you can't hide that. Look in the mirror. But hey, my insides, you know, I know my insides. My heart's working good. You know, my blood pressure's fine. So I'm not gonna drop dead and have a heart attack. You know, there's some.
Muchos, you know, they think, oh, what looks pretty on the outside. They don't know that person's probably not getting checked down there. You know, a lot of that.
Oh yeah, man, the white coat syndrome. That is so. You know, I didn't believe in that until these few months that I've been going to the doctor, and I'd freak out like, motherfucker, they're gonna tell me my blood sugar's high. And yeah, oh my gosh, I went to go get a dental cleaning, and I was like, that shit was so high. It was like 200 over 100. I was so freaked out. And they're like, do you have high blood pressure? No, I don't. Yeah, man. What's white coat? White coat is when you fear the doctor, so you get that anxiety, and like it makes your blood pressure go up. And if they do the finger stick, you know, with your sugar, it makes your blood sugar rise. And so the white coat syndrome, they say it's a thing. I didn't believe it, but it is. So some people they get that anxiety, so you have to like get there. That's why when you go to the doctor, they're supposed to give you like, you know how we don't like to wait, right? When you get into the waiting room, but a lot of times if they're a good doctor, they will make you wait because they know that a lot of people have that white coat anxiety, so they'll make you wait there so you can like, you know, kind of ease in and get down, and then when they take your vitals and your blood pressure and your temperature and all that, then it's pretty baseline. So yeah. Oh, you got that too? You know, I think so. I want to say it's our parents' fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you're little, at least us growing up with like Mexican parents, you know, our mom was the one that would deal with the doctors and stuff with us. And you know, she was Mexicana, straight Mexicana, so she'd be like, "Ponte bien, te van a dar a shot," or you know,
right.
so you get
that
freaked
anxiety,
out, right? And so then it stays with you, yeah. But health it's interesting, guys. It's fucking, like I said, you know, me going with this fucking bullshit, this diabetes shit, like. It's weird how blood sugar works. I've been on it, testing it and stuff when you go and test it. And as soon as when I go to the dentist, they almost will not work on me. Oh no, you got to take care of your blood pressure. But you know, it's probably because you're freaked out. They can give you Valium. You know, you can ask them for that.
They have to give me.
Yeah, the Valium. Yep. I was just saying, yeah. Yeah, that's good, ladies. We have to, you know, because again, this is the thing that, again, we learned a lot from when our dad passed. Because, like, our dad told us, like, man, I didn't know. Like, he really didn't know. Like I said, he didn't know that. Because he would smoke in our house.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, we would, like, my dad would chain smoke in the house. Can you remember
the
that?
walls
like,
would turn
isn't
yellow.
that crazy?
Secondhand smoking. They talked about that shit at school.
My dad would smoke, like, 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes in a day and just chain smoke. And he's just like... Oh, man, I miss smoking. I do. I honestly, if I could smoke again and be able to breathe, I would smoke. Dude, I love smoking. I enjoyed smoking so much, especially now.
She started smoking at 13. 12, wow.
Yeah, but I quit when I was like 17, and then I started
like
a little
for
bit
good,
again.
You stopped at what age?
I stopped at 17, and then like I gave it up, and then I picked it up again like around 25 for like a year.
Then now you have a damn cough.
Yeah, no, I can't as much as I do. Yeah, so please walk it out. Goes away. Yeah, I see you have to walk it out. Yeah, it's really mind. It's all in the mind. You know, it really is. You gotta put yourself there. What's going on, ladies? Hey, Timo DeVille, thank you for the support. We're just talking about our health, a little bit of everything. You know, Spooktember stories and. Vatos don't like going to the doctor only.
You have to.
So that, yeah, you have to though. You know, it's like
you have to. You can't be stubborn.
Now this is. If you got a good lady out there, then she's gonna make your ass go to the doctor. I will, even if you don't want to, because
de la mano.
Because it's in her benefit. You know, that's the thing. You know, I wish people,
especially if you're a provider.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wish people
would.
You called me. I tell the doctor I get a sucker. Yeah. Oh yeah. Make sure you bring your own sucker and then have her give it to you. Hey, good job.
But you have a good lady.
But yeah, if you have a good lady, hey, I'm the same. I started at 12, then I quit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I gave it up. I haven't smoked now for like over 5 years now. It's been over 5 years. And again, I would love to smoke, but I can't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Big casa. So yes, guys. So please go take care of your health, and you know, if you got a lady, take care of your lady's health. Make sure she's getting. And I know this, it sounds so like.
And not necessarily like.
Make sure she's getting her pap smears. And these are things people get like, why are you asking me about that, babe? Or whatever.
It's real shit. You have to.
You have to.
Your breast, the mammograms.
Yes, all of that. And then if you guys are 40 plus, you know, the whole like what is that called? Like the prostate cancer stuff. They have to check it. It's for medical purposes. And like that young guy that died of the cancer. That was so sad. What was his name? The
Randy,
Andy boy or
Randy?
something. That's awful. Yeah. And I don't know if he knew, but at the time he found out, it was too late. So yeah. So please take care of yourselves, guys. And you know what? If you don't want to go to the doctor, at least buy yourself a damn glucose meter. They're like $20. The strips are expensive though. The strips are like fucking $80. I couldn't believe that shit. And you only get 50 strips. But you know what? At least you have a number. You can get an idea. Like if you eat a lot of sweets, or you like to drink a lot of alcohol, or you smoke, you guys are like a tree smoker. That shit will make your sugar go up. Yeah, so make sure you get a little finger stick and check your. Hey, Audi, make sure you check your blood sugar, and if it's higher than 130, guys, that's the trick, okay? If it's higher than 130, something's wrong, something's going on. And if you wake up in the morning, the first thing you check, and it's higher than 100, something's going on. Please get that, because you don't want that, guys. First thing that'll go with your eyesight. Your fingers will get numb, or your feet will get numb, and some of that stuff is permanent. It's permanent damage. So please take care of yourself. Yeah, so Mr. Tim.
Any movement is good movement.
That's right. So what are you guys up to besides that? So ladies, if you guys have ladies, again, get your ladies checked.
And also, because
you know that's the thing. It's your life partner. You're supposed to take care of it, because who's gonna be there for you guys when you guys get older? I mean, we have kids. We hope. I don't know. Count on my kids take care of me. Of course I don't. But you know, some people really do. They think that the kids are gonna take care of them. And it's not like that. You only have each other. Yeah. So no pueden estar chingados los dos. What's up, Hollywood Tim Hennessy? Hi, Tim Hennessy. So where are you guys all from, if you don't mind me asking? What city are you guys from, or what state? Checkup saved my life, serio. Oh, man. I'm glad to hear that. What kind of cancer, if you don't mind me asking, Timo? because I didn't know until I went to school with this guy. I didn't know testicular cancer.
Yeah.
Testicular cancer, I didn't know that. It's very common in young boys, like teenagers. Because that kid I went to school with shows a tit. Show us a tit or shows a tit? I'm following. And you gotta send a Venmo.
Yeah, you have to send a Venmo and I have PayPal as well. No freebies.
Yeah, no freebies, yeah.
Flirt on your own time, Al.
I love that movie.
I know.
So yeah, guys. No, there's no tits though in the video. It's just it's Emily's little. Yeah, there you go. So yeah. So tell us, Timo, if you don't mind us asking. Oh, San Lorenzo, you guys are close by. Matt 510. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. We really
Very
appreciate
close.
everyone's time.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what are you guys all up to? So you're from San Lorenzo. Timo, where are you from? And Crested, I can't remember. I heard Empire.
Oh, yes, Inland Empire.
Inland Empire, but what city? And then who else? Tattoo, I think you said you're from down south.
He's in San Jose for a week.
Okay, I don't know what South City is. I'm sorry. Can you be more specific? I don't know. I'm kind of stupid. Like, is that San Jose? Please. Oh, you're funny. How's it? When I was 8 years old and I was in the hospital. Oh, minor surgery. Stop. And I tried to escape. Oh, no. That's sad. What kind of surgery? Like tonsils or something? No, don't blow us anymore. That's what is this? Well, this is our YouTube channel. We do a lot of blah, blah, blah because we're women.
Yeah.
But Emily likes to take sexy pictures. If you want to follow her on Instagram or, whatever. We don't have a website. We're looking for tech-savvy people.
No, we're looking for tech-savvy people.
Yeah, so we can get a website and then you guys can, like, like when you get senior portraits and they can put, like, the proof.
Yeah.
So you can, copyright and all that shit. Oh, Ontario. Okay. Ontario, and then so you guys are all from down south, I think, except for Irony Fist Cuffs. He's from 4.
I didn't know the Bay Area. No,
South City by the airport, San Francisco, next to San Bruno. Oh, okay. Oh, so you're on that side.
I don't really consider us Bay Area.
I don't know. I don't think we're considered Bay Area, but I guess we are.
Moreno Valley, they say, is thick crust.
Oh, Moreno Valley. Okay. Originally from Los Angeles, but resided in Riverside County. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I'm confused. Riverside is higher or lower than Los Angeles? Or is that lower? No, I think it's lower, huh?
Is it?
That's closer to San Diego, I think. God bless you. Cancer is no joke. Yeah, I believe it. I do believe it. I don't know where Timo went. Timo, you didn't finish telling us, if you don't mind us asking. What kind of cancer was it, and how did you find out you had cancer? If you don't mind me asking. We're curious. You might save a life here. And these are the things, again. These are the things, just so you guys know, these are the things we usually talk about.
Yeah, no. A lot of our...
Again, we have to reiterate it because I just, that again, some certain videos that you guys might have seen or whatever, like, yeah, we did it, it was fun, we did it, it's over. But normally these are the things we talk about because we're past that, unfortunately. Yeah, and I know it's social media and all.
I know some people were, we're like a lot of subscribers that came from different channels, but.
Yeah, the IE thing too. I guess there's a lot of cities in that, right? For the IE?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so, yeah. I have been hearing a lot about that area. Just.
But yeah, thank you, Fred. And so Timo, we're still waiting on you if you'll answer that. I'm not sure.
Yes, maybe.
No, he's there. Timo, is it too personal? If you don't mind us telling. Riverside is east of Los Angeles. Oh, okay, east of Los Angeles. Riverside, I always think of Jetty 69. Yeah, if you guys know who that is. Damn, but there's a lot of stuff going on. Did you guys see that video? I don't know if you guys see. This is all my shit that I follow. Did you guys see the Chapo's wife at that nightclub that it's circulating? I don't know where Linwood is. Do you guys know where Linwood is? Is Linwood close to any of you guys over there? I've never at that club in Fayaron. We've never been there, but I hear that it's popping. That there's like a lot of action and stuff over there. And I guess she was over there. I don't know.
Somebody retracted their message. ¿Qué pusiste ahí, pues?
So no stepped on it. Oh my gosh. Wow. And it shot. Ooh. They had to operate. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure where Linwood is, but that's wherever that is. That's where she's at. Fred, that's true. Us men are stubborn as hell. Tú sabes. Yeah. But you know what, guys? It's okay. It's okay. If you got a good friend or your girlfriend or your wife, if she's a good wife, because that's the thing, and we're stuck on that. If Emily, help me. 60 miles from LA? That's where Linwood is? Or is that where the IE is? I'm sorry. You talking about Chapo's wife? She just got out and... Yeah, she was. That's what everybody was saying. But she was at a nightclub.
Circulating all over TikTok.
Yeah, it's all over TikTok right now.
Instagram.
She was at a nightclub. At that nightclub. That nightclub, we're familiar with it because we've been invited to play there a lot of times. But again, see, you guys talked about the gang stuff. There's other gangs and stuff. And so, yeah, so... a lot of it's interesting when you do music. You meet so many people, and a lot of stuff can happen. And certain uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
You get a little bit?
No.
Sure. All right, guys.
Right.
I know. Okay, we're gonna finish her now. Okay. Chapasan is in our jail's house. Now figures they let her out. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think they know what they're doing. I hope. But yeah, I'm on the round table on YouTube, and we are discussing the Torta song. What's your thought on the song? Okay, we did a video. Actually, we did a reaction video on the Torta song. I like it. It's catchy.
We had
a video that kind of circulated on the tortas. Let me tell you a little bit about that. Oh, she does TikToks. We had a video that we did how long ago, Emily? A month ago or so?
No, in June.
It was in June.
Yes.
And
which one?
The torta one. On TikTok, the regular torta one. So in June, we did a video because if you guys are familiar with TikTok, the way TikTok works, in order to get the following, in order to get followers, they have a thing called Stitch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. So what you do is any video you see, if their stitches are open on the bottom, then you can give your video response to it. So whatever it is. So the video was a guy and he was going around asking people, how do you feel about the word torta? And so then we stitched it, which means we gave our response, and then we mentioned, like, I had a little issue with it because when we first started seeing all these guys come out on YouTube, right? All the guys, like the fight and all that stuff, and the certain guy, would use the word torta, but then I didn't like the fact that he didn't speak Spanish. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And so that's why we mentioned that in the video, like, hey, I mean, it's weird to us that these guys, they use this word, because growing up for us, torta wasn't a word that we would hear as someone who's fat or someone who's chunky or whatever. Torta, when we hear the word torta, and that's what we explained in the video, was like they're talking about genitalia, right? And stuff like that. Oh, shit. Okay. And so anyways, so that video was circulating, and then all of a sudden then we saw the song. We saw Mr. Criminal's song. We stitched him too, but I don't know if he saw it or not. I like the song. And we don't get offended by the word torta again. It doesn't offend me. To me, it's kind of stupid. Emily can give her word on that. But anyways, so the Mr. Criminal guy. So yeah, I liked it, but what I didn't like is that not all tortas have tattoos on their lonjas, and not all of them like pelones. Me personally, I like guys that have hair, and bigote and stuff like that. I still haven't heard the song. The Vatos raps are garbage, probably why. I'm not too familiar with his raps either, to be Hey John, thank you for coming on. Krusty is a male torta. Hey, we did a video on that as well. So see, we're kind of all over, right? So with me with the accordion, we're on this Facebook group called the Acordionista, and it's international. It's all over Mexico, all over Central America. So supposedly we've been seen all over Mexico and Central America, whatever. And we had guys that would like talk hella mean shit to us, and they'd be like, oh, you fucking tortas and maranas, right? Maranas and all this stuff. So then we ended up saying, like, yeah, there are guys that are tortas, and some of the guys, unfortunately, that talk about these stuff and the way they portray women, right, with these like gross terms and some of the things that I've heard these guys say about women, where it's like, dude, look at yourself in the mirror. Like, you got more tits than I do. You got more ass than I do. Pero, so the song, I mean, I don't think I've ever heard one of that dude's songs. I don't think I have either. How did you learn the accordion? My dad, he's from Texas, from Kingsville, Texas, and so it's a funny story how he started playing, because we used to sell at if any of you guys are familiar with San Jose, right, the Capitol Flea Market where the drive-in theater is, we used to sell there growing up as kids. We used to sell there, my parents would sell like used stuff, TVs, and my dad would fix bikes and stuff, the lowrider bikes and all that stuff, and he met this guy. Oh, is he from Pakistan? I thought he was a Mr. Criminal. Mr. Criminal.
I think that's the other.
No, I think that's Capone, isn't it? Not the Berryessa one. No, well, we used to sell at that one too, but we'd sell more at the Capitol Flea Market, the one on Monterey Road. And so anyways, so my dad met this man, and my dad always played the guitar and some piano. And the man had a music store, he had a divorce, and he was selling all these accordions. And so we ended up selling a bunch of, nice. I like your look, actually. I do like your look, Crusted. And I enjoyed your live. I must say, if that's your dad or whoever was playing, it was great music. I really enjoyed it. So anyways, going on to that, so my dad, a lot of musicians would go through the flea market, and they just kick it there and stuff. And again, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but like Tigres del Norte and stuff, they're all from San Jose. They all originated from there. And Stephen Jordan, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's good Tejano accordion player. And so, so my dad had an interest for it, and he's like, I'm gonna learn. So it took him 6 months to learn Tragos Amargos. That was his first song, and God, it was so annoying because he'd stay up all night and smoking and shit. And so then he finally learned, and so he was the accordion guy. We'd go to parties, and we'd have big parties at our house too, and and he'd play, music, and he'd write his own songs and stuff. And so then when I was 13, I wanted to learn because I didn't like, he liked polkas because he's from Texas. He liked all that polka and the Tejano music. If you guys are familiar with music, Tejano music is very different than Mexican music. And during that time, the banda was hitting hard here. The little flingy, like the quebradita and all that stuff. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm missing all these other stories, but I don't know if they're talking to me. Oh, really? Your dad had a booth? What did you sell? Gold or what? Learning, is it like the keyboard? Yes and no, but there are no sharps. So there's piano accordions too, but I play the buttons. Thank you, Timo. Thank you so much. So anyways, so he learned, and then I wanted to learn because all the songs were coming and I want to learn. So my dad taught me, and he was a really mean teacher.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit, and then, Puño de Tierra was the first song I learned how to play, and from there, just little by little, I started picking up, and I got to go around musicians. I didn't know that there's so much hate. I didn't know that, especially being a woman. I'm going to go there now. I don't care what anybody says. Being a woman, number one. My dad would just sell whatever. Oh, really? Oh, shit. You know what? We probably met each other as kids. I'm not kidding, because we would go like every Saturday and Sunday, and then, but you said Berryessa, and then we'd go to Berryessa sometimes, and then sometimes we'd go to the one in Ceres. I don't know if you're familiar with the one in Ceres. So yeah, we grew up in the pulgas, man. The pulgas was a shit. Now I was so different when I went. I lost my phone. It's different. But yeah, that's funny. You never know. I'm sure we probably crossed paths. Yeah, I know. My dad would he would fix up like the lowrider bikes, and we had a lowrider bike, remember, and all that shit. Pero así es, and so that's how I learned. And so little by little, I didn't know that, and I'd go places, and people would want to teach me. They'd be mean. They didn't want me to play with them. And even now, that's the issue there. Right. And we've met some famous musicians. Like, that's the funny story I always tell. If you go to my channel, that's the shit I talk about. I don't know if you guys watch Mexican music. I don't know if you guys are into Mexican music, but I went to an accordion store. When was that? 2019? Yeah, it was 2019.
Oh, the one at
yeah. Oh shit! We're gonna charge your shit. Hey, yes. Hey, Orlando Nunez. Where are you from? We can shout you out. What city and state?
Dinos donde eres.
There you go. But anyway, I'm thinking Littlemore. Yes, we're from Littlemore, Timo. We are from Littlemore. Almost done. I'm gonna finish right now. So yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, so that's the thing. I went to an accordion showroom in 2019. I saw on Facebook, and I wanted to go see the accordions. I wanted to go check them out because I bought my accordion at. I don't know if you guys ever go to the International House of Music in LA. That's where I bought my accordion. It's called iHomey or some shit. But now it's International House of Music. They sell instruments and stuff there. I read because of the COVID shutdown and TikTok, Chicanos have been getting more. You know what? I believe that. I do believe that. Oh, I know you're from the United States, but what states? We can shout you out. Saludos para Orlando Nunez.
Saludos.
I love that. Oh, cool. Yeah, come say hi sometime. So yeah, so we went over there to the showroom, and I didn't know who Grupo Firme was. I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, right?
They were on the fucking red carpet with us, and the fucking Edwin guy's like staring us down. We're like staring him down, and I didn't know who he was, but I took a picture with him there, and when we came back and I realized who the fuck they were, I'm like, stupid. I should have fucking asked for a song. I should play with them. Así es. So, funny stories.
Are you in a band? No, she used to have her own band.
Right now, I'm kind of like a soloist. Sometimes groups will invite me, but they don't like it because there's a lot of hate in the Mexican music. And again, I just love people, so everyone always says that I take their show.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm just going to be a performer, right? And so now they don't invite me and stuff. But Flaco Jimenez, yeah. Saludos.
Saludos, Orlando Nunez is de Texas.
Oh, saludos, Texas. Saludos, sí. Flaco Jimenez. That's funny. Flaco Jimenez's brother, actually, he didn't he call him back to us?
Yeah, he did.
On the Rosalito song? Yes.
Are you done yet?
Crescent Dad is really good. Yes, he is a really good musician. Crescent, are you still here?
Huh? Yeah, I think so.
Fist Cuffs. If you have an Instagram, if you or say Crescent, what's his dad's group called? Because I'd like to hear more of his music. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel or not. We're gonna wrap this up, though, guys. Thank you so much, and have a great night. If you're drinking, please don't drive, and if you're driving, yeah, his dad is good. I heard that song he played. What was it? What was it called? The song we heard the other day.
Where?
Possibility.
Possibility, yeah.
Yeah. It stuck with me.
That was good.
Yeah, possibilities. So yeah, I'd like to hear your dad's music. Crescent. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much. Y pues córtale because I don't know how.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night.